It's the most significant pro day for an athlete whose name contains neither Johnny nor football. NFL Network's Mike Mayock saying, all I know is every morning when he wakes up, he is the most talented D lineman in the world. Will teams feel the same way, however, about Jadeveon Clowney? Hey, everybody. Bonnie Bernstein in our Campus Insider studio, breaking down pro day for South Carolina's pass rushing beast. Has he erased the question marks after his junior season paled in comparison to his Heisman-worthy sophomore campaign? We got Doug Chapman in our studio, our Gamecocks insider Andy Demetra, who was on site at the pro day. Andy, let's start with you. Give me the sort of run of show what Clowney did to try to impress the scouts.
Well, I think this was the pro day everyone expected out of Jadeveon Clowney. He basically turned his pro day into a dare. He's going to dare those teams picking high to not take him. Now, he did not participate in the 40-yard dash. He didn't do the three-cone drill or the other shuttle drills, but in the 45 minutes that he got worked out with the other players in his position group, he showed all the skills, the agility, the explosiveness, the foot speed, the versatility, the freakishness that will make the Texans still very tempted to take him #1 overall.
And he's a genetic freak. He showed that he was in shape. The other two guys he was working out with, they were sucking wind. Jadeveon Clowney was the first one up doing the drills. Never got tired. Teams question his work ethic. He's in great shape. He showed you today, and he showed you why he's the best defensive player in all of college football.
I agree with you, Doug. He showed that explosiveness from the beginning drill to the ending drill. And don't forget, those drills were conducted by coaches from the Rams, Jaguars, Texans, and Falcons, 4 of the top 6 teams picking, and they got an up-close and personal look at Mr. Clowney today.
Andy, stock up or stock down based on what you're hearing?
Really stock the same. I mean, he came in as a top pick potential, and he will leave as a top pick potentially. He didn't do anything to throw up any red flags, Bonnie, nothing that would disabuse him athletically, physically from being one of those top 3 picks, if not the #1 overall pick. And Bill O'Brien, the new Texans head coach, was chatting with Steve Spurrier on the field today. I didn't see it myself, but I had been told the Texans owner Bob McNair was also scheduled to be in the Texans delegation in Columbia. And to further thicken the plot, don't forget Bob McNair is a graduate of the University of South Carolina.
Duly noted, Andy. Thanks for the time. Can you imagine Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt on the same line?
Imagine him anywhere in the NFL.
Insane. Okay, and so the debate continues. Who is the best defensive player in this year's draft? Is it Clowney or is it Khalil Mack, who's the MAC Defensive Player of the Year, set the NCAA record for forced fumbles? What side of the fence you sit on there?
There's nothing against Khalil Mack, what I'm about to say. He's a phenomenal football player, played in the Mid-American Conference. I played in the Mid-American Conference. But Jadeveon Clowney's special. Mack's disruptive, plays a linebacker position, not a defensive end. They asked him to do a little bit more. He rushes the passer well. Had a breakout game against Ohio State. Showed he can play against the big boys. But once again, he's a fine player. Will have a great NFL career. But Jadeveon Clowney is a once-in-a-lifetime player. I played against a guy named John Abraham, who played at South Carolina when I was at Marshall. He was a guy that changed the game. He was so disruptive up front, took out 30% of our playbook. Jadeveon Clowney is a much better athlete than John Abraham and will have a much better NFL career. He has NFL-ready pass rush moves. He has speed, strength. He's flexible. And at 6'6", 260 pounds, he can grow about 10 or 15 more pounds. They can put more weight on him, move him inside. He's NFL-ready right now.
You know a scout who's at Pro Day. Getting any feedback on that end?
It's just that they saw enough. You know, they don't need to see him binks. They don't need to see him do a vertical or a broad jump. They don't need to see him do a 3-cone or an L drill. They saw enough. They wanted to see how good he can bend. Is he explosive? And if he's in shape, will he get up? Listen, these pro days are designed to test us. They want to come out and see if we've been working out, if we're in good shape. Jadeveon Clowney showed he's been doing just that. He came out, showed. He was the first one up every time. He never took any of the reps off. He was not the one dragging, and I think the NFL scouts wanted to push him, and they saw the best football player in the draft. He should go over #1 overall. Johnny Manziel put on a show at Texas A&M, but Jadeveon Clowney is the best football player in this draft.
Perhaps he should, but will he? That's the big question, and it's one of the big questions we're going to be addressing in our On the Clock series that starts next week when Pete Fiutak will give his choice for every single team in the NFL. Check it out.